Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you guys today, all right? So check this out. We got week 6 small account challenge update, 52-week small account challenge, right? We got an update today. You already know I said every single week I'm about to give you guys an update. And this is a small account challenge on where I could grow this account over the next 52 weeks, only from passively swing trading. All right. Passively swing trading. I'm not day trading out of this account. I thought about switching it, but no, I'm going to stay firm on it. I'm going to passively swing trade. All right. Now, before we get into the breakdown, let me say, just in case it ain't no clarification, this is not my main account. All right. I do not only have $500 that I'm trading with. All right. If I show you this right here, I went 86% on the week. All right. I took 15 trades out of my main account. Right. I won 13 of those trades. All right. So I just want to be clear. We ain't just got $500 to work with. Right. If y'all want me to bring back trade of the days, then drop that in the comments. Right. If y'all like the trade of the days, drop it in the comments and I'll start doing those again. All right. Other day we hit Oracle for 50%. I hit Palantir for 19%. Right. Who else we hit? Hit Nvidia for 15% right here. Also hit XYZ for 30% as well, right? These are just some of the trades this week, right? So I just want to let y'all know, man. We ain't just using $500 and think we gonna grow it crazy, right? This is just small account challenge, something I wanted to do because I wanted to do it. All right. So with that being said, now the small account challenge, right? I took one trade and then I got into one swing trade on Friday, which was yesterday, right? So I'm gonna break those two down. Obviously, I entered in the trade on Friday. I did not get out of it, right? But we're gonna go to the spreadsheet and I'm gonna show you exactly what we did. It was only one trade. Like I say, we're doing this passively, right? And the funny thing is, it's gonna be very crazy a year from now, or 48 weeks from now, when we see where we at 48 weeks from now. You're gonna be like, dang, the first month it was kind of staying at it was going up and down, right? But watch, I'm just gonna say this is why I say stick with it, because there's power in documenting something, right? I wanted to be able to document something from the complete beginning, right? It's power in that, because you get to see week by week exactly what happened. That's why I ain't holding back with you guys, all right? So with that being said, we're gonna go to the spreadsheet. And then once I show you the spreadsheet, I'm going to go to the charts and I'm going to show you exactly what happened as well, right? So let's look at this right here. All right, so we got entire screen. All right, so we went 100% this week, right? So we started the week, and this was for the 29th of September to October 3rd, right? Now, so we started with 345 because last week, remember, we took that nasty L on Nvidia, right? It looked like it was about to break through all-time highs. Market played games with us, and then it reversed, it rejected, didn't recover. I took an L, right? I lost $116. Now, that was last week, right? So we started off at 457. We was making our way back, lost 116, and then look what happened. Got down to 345. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, this week I'm going to take it easy anyway. I probably only take one trade anyway. I only plan on taking one trade this week. So then we get Intel, right? So I got in, the stock price was 34.54. And then we had, the contract was 218. So that's not the best risk management. But like I said in the past couple of videos, like if you only putting in, if you're trying to swing trade and you got $500, then at some point you're going to have to go maybe a little bit more than, $150 to kind of like buy some time on those contracts. You can swing out of the money contracts and, look for an overnight gap up and things like that. But when we're talking about like just being passive, sometimes it's not the best way to do it, right? So I went a little bit more expensive. This was still only one contract, but it was 218, right? I got out. The stock price was 35.54. I was in this trade for 2 days, right? I entered on September 29th. I got out on October 1st, right? And then the contract value when I got out was $230. This trade had made $12, and that was like 8% or something, right? Like that, right? So we're gonna go to the charts, and so I ended the week. Profit for the week was $12, right? And it was where we at? It was at 357 at the end of the week, right? So the end of the week, we right there. Now let's go to the charts. Let me break this down for you guys, right? All right. So we got Intel. All right, cool. So we got Intel right here, okay? So first thing, let's go to the daily time frame. I entered in my trade on Monday, right? On Monday, I entered into my swing trade. Now let's go to the daily. If we go to the daily time frame on Monday, here we go. All right, so let's look at this real quick. Now on Monday, so we've been coming up, right? Coming up right here. And then we had a pullback right here, right? So on Monday, we had a pullback, and then we started pushing up. So in my mind, I was like, okay, cool. We already came down some, so I'm not going to be getting in at the height, right? This is where we was at on Friday. We touched $36. So I was like, perfect, right? We touched 36. We were already down at 34. So I was like, this is beautiful, right? We're going to get a $2 move right here. It was already pushing up. The candle did not look like this when I took the entry. It was actually like about right here, right? So it looked like it was coming up to retrace already. So I was like, cool. So I took entry. Let me show you where I took entry at. On Monday, right? On Monday, I took entry right here, okay? So like I say, we already pulled back right here, and then we started to push up. So I was like, perfect, right? And then, so this is what happened. This was on Friday, right? On Friday, we closed right here at 35.47, right? And then we opened up on Monday right here at 34.51, right? So what is this? This is a gap, right? And so when we have a gap, I was looking to play the gap fill, right? I was looking to play the gap fill. I said, okay, cool. We're up here, right? We pulled back. We have a gap to fill, stock gap down. We already came down here. We pushed back up, right? We're coming up. Let me take entry. I took entry. It came up some, and then look what it did. It came back down, right? End of the day, came down a little bit. I was like, no biggie, right? Now, but we didn't have the gap fill complete yet, right? We didn't have the gap fill complete yet. So then the next day, we came down all the way to 33. I was like, all right, we actually touched 32 or 33.01, right? So $33 flat. Came all the way down to $33. I got in this trade in my other account too. So I was down about 30% the next day. All right. So then I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. So then I just held it because I got the 17th of October expiration date. So I had a couple weeks. So I was okay with, waiting. Came down right here. The next day, right? The next day, it started to pump, right? Started to pump, pulled back right here, and then it blasted off, right? Now, inside of the Discord, inside of the Prosperity Collective, I told everybody, when it started to push up here on this day, I said, hey, y'all, we have a gap to fill up to 35.46, right? Once we get up there, that's when I'll take profits. Later on that day, it literally got exactly to that level. It filled the gap right there, right? So it came up here, came down. I took profits right after it filled this gap right here, right? But look what it did the next day. It ran crazy. And I was like, dang, right? One more day and I would have been Gucci. But what I was looking for was it to, when I took entry on it this day, I was looking for it to run here, right? Run up here, fill that gap. The next day, on Tuesday, I was going to look for continuation, right? So that we could just retest. Right here, right? So I was like, we're pulling up right here right now. Let me retest here. When we retest here the next day, because on average, it moves $1.70. Right? That's on average the way it moves. So because it moves on average $1.70, I was like, okay, so this could be a 2-day swing, right? Like 1 and 2 day swing. So I was like, perfect. So what I did was I was expecting to come up here. I was going to get out at that $36 level. But when it pulled back and it came back up to fill the gap, I was like, we could come up to the gap, reject, and then come lower. So that's why I took profits, right? But so I made, like I said, it was like 8%. I didn't want it to reject, but the next day it did end up running big, right? And so that was this week's swing trade in the small account, right? Now I did enter into a swing trade on Friday, right? That I think has great potential. And that was this CNC call right here, right? When I first started the small account challenge, I traded CNC, but let's go to the charts and I'm going to show you guys why I got into that CNC call, right? So let's go back here. All right. So let's go back to CNC. Let's just type it in right here. All right. They're healthcare. If you guys don't know, CNC is healthcare. So when I'm looking at CNC on Friday, they entered into this gap right here. So as you can see right here on the daily time frame, they have a massive gap to fill up here, right? They have a massive gap to fill all the way up to $53, right? $53. So with that being said, on Friday, when I saw them take entry, when I saw them cross into the gap, I was like, cool. And I took entry right around here, like 38, like 50, 38.45 is where I took entry at, right? Towards the end of the day is where I took entry. And as you can see, it didn't really pull back or sell off, right? Which is a good sign. It's kind of just came up and then it kind of consolidated for the rest of the day right here in this little area right here. It looks like a bull flag a little bit. If you go to the 15, it looks like some would say it's kind of like a bull flag, but it's just been stabilizing right up here, right? Then it came up. So if you look at the daily time frame, once again, the only place that I see we could get a rejection at is right here at 44.55 and then also 46.32. All right. So I'm looking for this stock to go from 38 to 44 before we get any real resistance. We might even gap up, honestly, right? We might even gap up. So once we get up here, I'll say, cool, I may take profits. And on a pullback, I'll re-enter and then ride it back up to this level right here, this $53 level, right? So if we can go from here to here, let's say we get to $44 this week or $46 this week, I'll definitely take those profits. If we get to $44 this week, I'll definitely take those profits as well, because my expiration on this contract is on October 17th, which is 2 weeks. So if we can get a nice move out of this stock this week, then I'll take profits on that. And maybe that'll be, it could be like a 100% trade with that type of move, but it has to happen kind of fast, right? So hopefully we get a nice gap up. Healthcare is being bullish right now. So I do have a kind of a good feeling about that. Its ATR is $1.21. But on Friday it went $1.95. So it was almost double what it usually does on Friday. So it might consolidate on Monday and then go higher. It could pull back a little bit, then try to go higher. So obviously we're going to see. We can't predict what stocks are going to do, right? But what we can do is put ourselves in position, right? And when you put yourself in position, you're going to be able to catch, solid moves out of stocks. All right. So that was this week's update. I hope that you guys got some value from that. I hope that you guys learn from that as well. And I hope that y'all rocking with me on this journey. All right. So if you rocking with me on this journey, this 52-week journey, be sure to say I'm rocking with you in the comments. All right. And I can't wait to go live tomorrow. And we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about what I see and all of that good stuff. All right. Like I always say in every single video, y'all, make sure you get up out of your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Hey, y'all stay smooth, man. I'm going to see you guys on tomorrow's video. Peace.